Greetings, greetings everyone. Welcome and thank you so much for being here today. You are now listening to the podcast of To Success LLC Universal Leadership Course. And we're just going to go through kind of like a small rendition of who we are, what we do. I'm Dr. Shine. I am the director of the program, and we have been officiated since 2010. So we've been a business consultancy company where we help businesses right from where they are. The smaller the business, the better. I think that is very vital. So come on in, welcome, and thank you so much for being here with me today. We're going to talk about the Universal Leadership Course. You know, we had a great meet and greet in Greenville, South Carolina. It was a wonderful opportunity. It was a great opportunity for those who want to be inspired and just know that they are inspiring and that they have, support. When people want to choose to believe in themselves, to do more, to be more, to have more in today's society. In a society where, people are threatened by so many different areas of layoffs and, it is important and vital to believe in yourself. Okay? So that way, if you know what you got in the bank, you know what you can do. Okay, so that's one of the reasons why the Skills to Success program came to be initially. When you continue to get laid off from employment, nonprofit agency work, and then, you're stuck because now you got to make ends meet, and employment may not be there for independent contractors. It may be a whole lot of everything. But when you believe in yourself and you have yourself to back you up, you have more of a balance. And it's great to be balanced with life. So tonight, we are going to get right into Universal Leadership coursework, and we're going to talk to you specifically about being a leader. Our Universal Leadership Workshop is a fundamental 4-week course that is going to drive you deeper into who you are becoming. Sometimes you just need to have those soft level skills, and we're going to talk about that versus just the hard skills, okay? You go to college and you go to a trade school, you get technical trade. That's what you do. But it's not leadership skills. And we're going to definitely get into that. The leadership skills that I'm speaking of will primarily become very efficient in the way you relate to your staff, to your employees, to your coworkers, to your children, to, those who are in very different areas that you are in need of being a leader. If you're in need of having a leadership skill, this is the place for you. Now, again, leadership skills also give you, and we're going to share that tonight, it's going to give you some definite opening of doors. You're going to have people saying, oh, you have that skill. Oh, you communicate like that. Oh, you do leadership programming. I need you to talk to my staff members. I need you to inspire them and certify them that they've gone through the course of leadership. And by going through the course of leadership, they now understand what is required of them. Because many times in the professional areas, people just require people to be professional until they're unprofessional. So that's what I'm going to share with you today. So come on, I'm going to take you over to the other side of our location, and we're going to get a little bit deeper in leadership and what was introduced in our seminar. Here we go. So let me see here. Can I turn you around? Let me see here. I want to see, because then that way I can get to see if there are any questions that may come about. Let me see here. Can you see it? No, you can only see me, right? Okay. Okay, let me see here. So yeah, I hope that everyone is liking the content that I am providing over at Journey of a Healed Success Stepper as well. That is another, okay, here we go. I think that's better. Yes. There is another program that we have, and it is Journey of a Healed Success Stepper for my emotional individuals who are tapping into their emotions, and they just need to have that connection. Journey of a Healed Success Stepper is going to share with you the emotional steps that you need. But right now, we're speaking on a universal leadership course. Now, this course happened in Greenville, South Carolina, about a week ago, and we had a nice turnout. It was a private session, and I loved the individuals. I loved everyone who was there. I think everyone was phenomenal, and I took a lot of the information of which I'm going to share with you today from that course. Okay, so let's talk about leadership training. What does leadership training involve? Leadership training involves the study and analysis and the research of making sure that you are prepared to be the leader that you are. So if you're a first-time mom, this leadership course will work for you. If you're a first-time, you just got a promotion, this leadership course will definitely work for you. Now, how does this course work for an individual? It's a 4-week course, and it only takes 4 hours to complete. And what happens is you can do it virtual, or you can do the course through email, or you can do the course one-on-one, or you can do it in a seminar setting. It's totally up to you. So leadership training is going to do one of 4 things. The first thing it's going to do is open doors. Where doors are normally shut, because you have the leadership skills, it's going to impact you to open up the doors of communication to where people will feel that you have something that they desire. You hold something that helps them to strategize to become a better leader. So number 1, it's going to open some doors. Number 2, it's going to be a fast track to your career. It's going to help you inspire yourself on days when you don't want to get up. Say you're a content creator like myself. Days I don't want to get up to do videos, I still got to get up to do videos. I mean, it's a job. You got to show up for yourself. You have to motivate yourself. As a business consultant, I have to get up and I have to do those meet and greets, those networking opportunities, those phone calls, So basically, leadership training is going to help you become fast-tracked in your career. It's going to help you momentumize yourself or catapult yourself into a better position to where you're able to meet the right people, and these people are going to provide you with a lot of your needed essentials. The third thing that leadership training is going to do is provide you with a higher position. Your goal is never to stay employee status. Your goal is never to remain workforce productive. It is for you to get the needed necessities out of your career and plug you into what it is that you desire for your life. And a lot of times people don't know how to even desire what they want to do next, so they're just doing the bare minimum. They're doing the basics. What other people say, the norm is to have a good paying job, okay? As long as you can pay the bills, that's great. But what happens when you are in retirement age and you've always wanted to do something you set your mind out to do, but you never took the time to do that particular act? Well, once you've retired and you got all this time and you've bought into someone else's dream, leadership training is going to help you become more oriented to have better opportunities along with higher paying positions. because there are going to be times where, as an independent contractor, you're going to make much more money than you would if you were just an employee. Okay, and that's the reason, the difference between a W-9 and a 1099. Okay, also the differences between a leader and a technical person, a person who has the skills to do what they do. That's a technical person. A leader is someone who can communicate effectively, where they can share their experiences, they can share, the points of views and the research and the resources on how to get someone into a leadership role. And they also communicate their decision makers. So they have more experience. I'm at that point where we're getting ready to train youth how to drive. And one of the things that I'm doing is the leadership portion of that driving opportunity, that driving criteria. It's the morality within the child, the young child. If you listen, you're going to have a far better chance at succeeding when you're doing your driver's education. Okay, so leadership courses are very important when it comes down to preparing someone to get behind a wheel and be kind of balanced with their emotion, with their aggression, and all of that. So this is where leadership helps with decision making, and then the interaction. The interaction is very important. Whereas in the technical world, okay, in the technical world, what happens is it's hands-on. They're going to just show you how to drive. They're going to show you the rules, and you take an exam and boom, you're done. Okay? That's great. Hands-on. It puts you in the driver's seat. Yes, it does. It puts you in the seat of skill sets. But those are hard skill sets. You need to have those soft skill sets involved as well. And it also gives you practicality. Being technical is you're practical. You're going to do A, B, C, and D, and that's it. You're done. You get your check, say goodbye, go home for the weekend, come back and do the same thing robotically every single week for 5 days or 6, maybe even 7. And it is what it is that you do. That's what makes it technical. Technical makes it what you do. So now let's go into leadership. Leadership is going to influence. So as I'm talking with my dietitians, recovery people, individuals who are looking to build recovery programs around the world and making it a global impact, letting people know about the differences between lacings and the severity of who you hang around. These are people and the systems in which you need. So in universal leadership, one of the tools that we use is the guided personal, the GPS system, the guided personal system. It is the system that only you know you have. So we start right there, and then we build you up from a leadership perspective based on your leadership style. Okay? So as we go, influence is very important in leadership. You're going to have to be influential. When you talk to people, I was just sharing the other day on a live podcast, or I don't know if it was just a short, but I was sharing the significance of Chat GPT and how important it is to know that you can use it as a tool, but your mindset is more valuable than anything that makes you look good when you're in front and presenting to people. Because your mindset is going to do one thing. It's going to retain the practice that you need. And this is the personal system that guides you to be moral in what it is you speak. So a lot of people can have this influence that says, yeah, I can do this, I can do that. But when it comes down to you putting the packet work together, putting the weeks of study together, they don't have a clue. of what it is that they're doing, because Chat GPT is not going to teach that particular influence. You have to have that within yourself, and it's a moral scenario that you must present. And then presentation is very, very important. It is important because a leader is going to command attention. There's something that they're actually going to do that there's something that they're going to do that's going to draw your attention. So leaders guide others. Now, one thing about the Universal Leadership course here at Skills to Success LLC is that we provide we put you in the driver's seat, and we say, okay, we're going to go along the ride with you, but we're going to help you navigate and get yourself into a position to where you're going to become much more in tune with the leadership styles that are available, and then make your decision of what it is you want. So commanding attention is not just what we can provide to you, but what you can provide to yourself. Love yourself first and foremost. And then that confidence building is another vital point of leadership. If you're not confident, you're not going to be able to, push people towards what it is you're speaking, and it's a 4-week course. And it appeals to the individual who decides that they want to do more with their lives. So the leadership is very empowering. Leadership is needed in our communities. Leadership is needed. Morality is needed. It's something that everybody holds on to. Let me see if there was anything else. I hope you guys were able to see that and follow along with me. Let me see here. So, yeah. So all of this is a very vital point in life and how we run things over here at Universal Leadership course. And again, you get a 4-week course. You get 4 weeks. You get an hour. And I think that an hour to introduce you to who we see you are, growing to become, and the vital things that you can take from what we have, our experiences. I'm Dr. Dorinashine. I have a bachelor's, a master's in criminal justice and business administration. I have an associate's in business administration, and then I have a master's degree in criminal justice and philosophy, and my doctoral thesis was completely upon educational leadership. Now, with all that being said, there's a wealth of knowledge that I learned, and if you haven't been to college, or maybe you know someone who has been to college, if they can help you, pursue it the way strategy and system shows you or dictates that you must present. See, yeah, you can get book knowledge is good, experience is even better, but the two combined, it makes for a better position in life. So that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. I am so grateful for my TikTok representatives, and I am grateful for my Instagram Success Steppers. I'm grateful for my Facebook Success Steppers, as well as my YouTube family. You guys are awesome. I thank you so very much, and we are so inspired about this leadership course. If you want to learn more about the Universal Leadership course, we're going to take you through, we're going to get some testimonials. We just had our seminar, so we're going to get some testimonials sent over. But a lot of people like to be private about their careers and about what they do because of confidentiality, HIPAA, and all that good stuff. So I was just speaking with a representative today. Shout out to Al. He really brought me up to speed regarding HIPAA and the confidentiality that represents around background checks. And I learned a whole lot over there. So I'll be doing a podcast on that, because confidentiality is very, very important. And in today's world, even uploading to a program that demands that you do this in order to keep certification, guess what? There's other ways that people can go around that to protect their confidentiality. And I learned so much about that today. So shout out to Al. And so yeah, back to what I was saying with the information. If you want to learn more about the Universal Leadership course, you want to get scheduled for the 4-week course, you maybe want your staff members trained, or if you want just a virtual training program, we can definitely do that based upon the need of service of your organization. Now, you can email me at shinedorina@gmail.com, and you can put in the subject line Universal Leadership Training, and then we will correspond from that point. And the cost and everything will be included in the email return back. All right, well, we thank you so much. This is Dr. Dorina Shine. I'm so grateful. If you need to check me out and comment and text and like, you can do so on all social media platforms, Dr. Dorina Shine. And it's all lowercase. You can hashtag me to find out more about what I do, who I am. And then you can also, it's spelled DrDorinashine, all lowercase, no letters, no dashes, no capitals, no nothing. If you hashtag Dr. Dorina Shine, you'll see my face. And I'm going to continue to keep doing these universal messages, leadership course, documentaries, and small little snippets of things that I've learned along the way. And I hope that you stay inspired to love yourself and to motivate yourself to be more, to do more, to have more in this world, because there is so much out there for us. And with that, we'll see you next time.